Welcome back to another edition of the Pagcast. I'm your host, Michael Pagani, joined alongside Red Deer Rebels defenseman Jace Weir. Jace, welcome to the Pagcast. Thank you again for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
In your most recent game against Swift Current, we'll start right there. You guys did beat them 5-2. What went well for the team there?
Yeah, I feel like coming off a loss, the guys were really excited to get back into it, and I felt like we had a good couple of days off and just kind of reset type of thing, and get kind of the systems back and work on some detail stuff. So I felt like the guys were really excited to play, and I felt like we really came out there and just kind of left it all out there and just played our game type of thing.
You finished the game with 1 assist, which came on the insurance goal and 3 shots. How are you finding ways to contribute to the team this season?
Yeah, for sure. This season I've been playing kind of a role of PP and PK, guy who can play in all situations type of thing. I just feel like, getting my shots through, finding lanes, contributing any way I can, if that's like a block shot or shot on goal or an assist or getting up in the play. I feel like my game just kind of been progressing every game. So
How do you expect the team to keep this momentum going into the second half of the season? Because we all know playoffs are almost right around the corner.
yeah, for sure. I feel like right now, we had a little after Christmas, we had a little hiccup, had a couple of losses, but I feel like, teams have ups and downs. I felt like at the first half we were really going good. And after the break we kind of had a little slip up, but I think we're going, back on track type of thing. And I feel like, we just got to keep progressing every game, I think, which we're doing. So
It's always important to kind of, I guess, go through those ups and downs so that way what it's kind of like to be on the lows and what it's what it's like to be like on the highs.
yeah, I know for sure. I feel like, we went through a little rough patch, where we had face adversity. Not everything's going to go your way, obviously. Hockey's about that. You're not always going to get the right balances or anything like that. So we had some adversity, but I feel like we overcame it. We overcame it as a group, and all the way up from the coaching staff to the players. We all just work hard in practice and work hard in video and just get ready for the games.
How has being back in the arena with fans this season brought a sense of normalcy into your life?
Yeah. So I mean, last year it was pretty tough because obviously the bubble season and no fans, and that was my first 16-year-old season, obviously. So this was my first season with fans. These are the most fans I've ever played in front of my whole entire life. Bantam hockey, midget hockey, Pee Wee. I didn't, it's kind of just parents. But yeah, so it's obviously really exciting. Every game, especially in Red Deer, we have great fans, and even on the road, just the whole WHL has great fans type of thing. So obviously it's really exciting, and it's very, just I don't know. It's kind of weird because from the start of last season with no fans to now, it's just crazy, and it just brings a whole other aspect.
You must get excited every game because you started in the bubble and now you transition into full. Or well, I don't know what it's like there in Alberta, but with fans at least. I know here in Ontario we're kind of the OHL is playing without fans. So, but it must bring some excitement to you that you get fans and you're kind of traveling to all these different arenas that you've never been to.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, last year at the bubble, no fans at all, but now I think most areas are full capacity or 50% capacity, which is still really good compared to last year, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really exciting. Every night going in with fans screaming and shouting, and the music going, the lights going. It's obviously really fun. You get excited obviously for every single game, and I just feel like I feel like all the guys are just really really proud to play in front of a fan group like Red Deer too.
When sports were postponed during March 2020, how did you spend that time? Because that would have been an extended off season for you.
Yeah. So pretty much it was kind of just like an extended like just kind of like summer training type of thing. Just me and my 2 other buddies who play in the WHL just kind of trained on the track with a sprint coach, because at that time the gyms were closed, I believe. So yeah, we were just trying to find activities to do outside, and running was a big part of it. Just like kind of trying to keep our cardio up. So
Getting into your story a bit here, was there a player growing up who you wanted to model your game after?
Yeah, growing up, I always looked up to a guy like Drew Doughty. Just a guy who can play both ends of the ice. Brings that leadership factor, brings that intensity factor to the game. His first pass, everything he does is just crisp and fast. So I've always like looked up to him. And then now progressing into the player I am today, I feel like I'm play like more a guy like Aaron Ekblad. A big guy, two-way defenseman who can, make the first pass, can play PP, PK, all roles. Is a leader on and off the ice. Just has that physical factor to his game, or you know, his presence is known out there. So I feel like I kind of play like him now.
I really do like your comparable there to Aaron Ekblad because, if you do flip on a Panthers game, his first pass out of the zone is so easy to help with the breakout.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like now, like with me, progressing my game every day, I feel like, myself and my D partner Christopher Sedoff, we don't spend a lot of time in our own zone, just because, we are really crisp and we have a lot of good chemistry. And I feel like we just make that first pass and make it easy on our forwards.
Growing up in BC, did you happen to become a Canucks fan?
Yeah, I'm a big Vancouver Canucks fan. Yeah, so I was there. I was always a Canucks fan. When they lost to Boston and everything. I remember that. I remember when they were in the playoffs, and I was young at this age. I don't know
Mhm.
how old I was, but I remember my dad and I would bring like the dinner table, like drag it over to the TV and just like
We're
sit
having
there
dinner
and
here. We're watching the game while having dinner.
yeah, and just sit there and just watch it and like eat burgers or whatever having and just yeah. So I'm a big Canucks fan. Yeah.
Also, Vancouver hosted the 2010 Olympics. That obviously that whole thing. Do you remember anything from that?
Yeah, I remember not too much, bits and pieces, obviously. Like obviously
Yeah.
Sidney Crosby, golden goal, everything. Who doesn't, know that? But yeah, I remember bits and pieces. Nothing too much. Like I just remember watching on the couch, like with my mom and dad. And
So you didn't go to like the Olympic Village. You didn't check really anything out.
no, I didn't go. No, I was just
Oh,
watching
okay.
TV. Yeah,
Yeah, no worries. Getting into, I guess, the next stage of your career, you started with the Okanagan Rockets. How did that team help with your development?
yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, we had a really great group of guys. That was my first year midget. So, a lot of those guys in that team were either, going into the BCHL next year or the WHL next year. So it was really good. We had really good coaches with Simon Ferguson, who now coaches in West Kelowna for the Warriors. But yeah, no, that, my game really developed there too. Myself as a person also too, just learning from like other, older guys. But yeah, I think my game really matured there and, you know, helped myself, play for the like, translate my game to the WHL.
Right, yeah, because like you mentioned, with there being WHO competition, that would have been easy for you to kind of see where you stack up against other players.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the league was really good. Still is really good. But the major midget league, a lot of tournaments we went to. There's this big tournament called the Max tournament. It's held in Calgary, and teams from everywhere were there. I think a team was from Russia was there. So it was yeah, teams from everywhere like come into this Max tournament, midget tournament type of thing, and just play there. But yeah, so we had a really good team. So we played a lot of really good teams, and every game was a battle, and so yeah, it was a lot of fun and a lot of good development for me.
You got drafted by Red Deer in the second round of the 2019 draft. What do you remember about that day?
Yeah, yeah, I just remember before the draft, Red Deer was calling me. I had a pretty good idea. I was gonna go to Red Deer. I was just it was just a regular day at home. My phone, I had my phone right beside me, and then my agent called me, and it was like before the pick, and he's like if Red Deer's gonna draft you right now, like we think we're gonna sign, like you want to sign type of thing. I was like, yeah, like, for sure, obviously, and so I kind of had a feeling that I was going to go to Red Deer, and I couldn't be happier. Obviously, Red Deer was my number one on the list for sure. The organization, the history of this organization, everything, with the Sutters, and so yeah, I was really obviously excited and can't be more happy.
In your rookie season, which was 2020, 2021, you had 9 points in 22 games. But a lot of people that I've talked with talk about the speed of the game as the biggest hurdle for them. Would you say the same about that?
Yeah, I'd say yeah, the speed for sure. I think another thing is just like the passes, everything's crisp, everything's harder. Just like everything is harder in general. I think one of the biggest things too as a D-man is just like corner battles, trying to
Yeah.
pin guys up against the wall, big 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, just kind of pin them and just like, try to play D zone harder against them and everything, So that's just kind of like all learning things, you got to learn at a young age to grow and develop in the Western League. So.
Your rookie season was obviously in the bubble there, like we mentioned before. Could you speak upon how difficult that was to mention mentally and that was to manage mentally and even physically?
Yeah, so it was something I've never done in my life, and I don't think I'll ever do again in my life. We actually stayed in the rink, in the suites, so I've never done that before. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was. I don't really know how to explain it. It was crazy. It was kind of draining sometimes because all the days were kind of the same. But at the same time, it was really awesome to be around the guys, that much, especially as a rookie, getting to know all the guys and, start being comfortable with everyone type of thing. But, I feel like, my development was tremendous because we got so much ice and we had so much practice. Because we literally walked a couple steps to the room and then we got our gear on and went on the rink. So it was, I think we really took advantage of, having that ability to go on the ice whenever we want, and just like, work on our skills and work on our weaknesses and strengths.
I think it's also something to mention. Like, you want to talk about being a strong, close team. How about you talk about the Red Deer Rebels staying at the rink?
Yeah, yeah, it was. I honestly did not believe it at first. Like when I got the call that we were going to be staying in the rink, I thought they were joking because I was like,
Yeah, I
I
would
was
be
like, no,
too.
that's not like, there's no way because like I talked to some of my other buddies who play in the Western, and they were staying at like hotels or like billets or something like that, and they're like, yeah, like we're gonna house you in the suites, and I was like, no, like that, there's no
No
way,
way.
like
There's
that's
no
like it's
shot.
like no, yeah. So it was crazy. I can't even thank the organization enough for everything that they did for us. It was crazy the amount of work that they put in. So yeah, it was awesome.
You scored your first WHL goal against Edmonton. Would you be able to share the story of that?
Yeah. So last year, we didn't actually get to play in like the Oilers rink. They played in I think it's like the community rink. It's just like I think it's like their practice rink. So it's still a nice rink. But yeah, so it was just we played Edmonton. I think it was I don't know. I don't know what game it was. I don't know. I think it was mid to start of the season. But yeah, so I know it was in the first period, just kind of got on the point. Four checkers coming at me, and then I just kind of like made a stutter step move and just put it on net, and it found itself in. So, I wasn't, I was just trying to get on net, and it just kind of went in. So
How has your play this season elevated from your rookie season?
yeah, I feel like this summer was huge for me. Just getting bigger, stronger, faster, and everything. And I feel like my confidence also helped a lot. And obviously last year we didn't win a lot, and only having 4 wins was tough. But now, being one of the top teams in the league, obviously that helps a lot too. Winning's obviously fun, and no one likes to lose. So I just feel like my game has just kind of progressed, every single day and trying to get 1% better every single day. So with the new coaches we have, they really have really been hard on me, and I really like that because like I want to get better and I want to one day play in the NHL. So I feel like every day I just feel like my body and my game are just getting better and stronger.
What are you hoping to accomplish as this season progresses?
Yeah, I for sure I feel like as a team, I hope we accomplish. I hope we you know go into playoffs. Win playoffs, go as far as we can. As myself, I hope just trying to keep that consistency in my game. Not trying to just every night trying to play a consistent role and play the game that I can play. And then looking forward, a bigger goal is obviously to be drafted in the NHL. It's been one of my goals ever since I can remember. Going to Montreal and getting drafted would be crazy. I can't even describe it, but so that's like one of my big goals. But as of now, just trying to work on myself as a player, work on my game. Not think too much about the draft because that's in the future, but have it, it's still in the back of my mind, obviously. So, but yeah, just I feel like just working on my game, working on my body in the gym, on and off the ice. So
Well, speaking about how your team has done this season, you guys are third in the Eastern Conference, 24, 12, and 3. How has this team grown from the start of the season?
yeah, I feel like, obviously from the start of last year, with not many wins to now, I feel like everyone in the room just has more confidence. Is just, every single night we know that we have a chance to win. I feel like last year we didn't really have that mindset, but now we do. And I feel like, you can really tell, I feel like we just have like that new culture in the room because bringing in Steve Konowalchuk as our new coach, he just brought that kind of new aspect to the game. And I feel like everyone just kind of, is believing in themselves and has that confidence factor. So
The WHL has a lot of talent around the league, but more importantly, let's focus on the Eastern Conference. Winnipeg Ice, who you guys are chasing for first right now, has Matt Savoie. Regina, who you guys kind of put in the rear for Muir, has Connor Bedard, obviously. What's it like going up against these top tier talents this season?
yeah, for sure. I feel like every team has top tier talents. Every team obviously in the Western is good. Every team, going up against every team every night, you have the chance to lose and you also have the chance to win. Um, it's no one's game right away. Obviously, you know, guys like Bedard and Savoy are very skilled players, are very high end players. So every time like, you play high end players, you got to watch out for them. Obviously, you got to be aware when they're on the ice, which we do. We go over video and make sure we know like know how like the systems and everything like that. And I think the biggest thing just being aware who you're up against. So
You are a draft prospect. How have you dealt with the expectations being heightened for you, given this is your draft season?
yeah, for sure. I mean, I just think just trying to keep my head straight. Still being a humble BC kid who I am. Not getting too high, not getting too low. Just kind of keeping that steady pace, steady head. So I feel like for me, I'm just trying to play hockey. I just love the game and I just want to play and I just want to develop. I also want to develop as a person because, I think hockey has brought that aspect of my life because it's been in my life for so long, developing as a player and also as a person. So, yeah, I feel like, just not getting too high and not getting too low and, not resting on your achievements and, when things do go bad, not getting too down on yourself.
What's your game day routine like? Because obviously it would have been a lot differently, comparing to last season in the bubble.
Yeah. Yeah, it's well last year in the bubble it was kind of just we didn't it was sometimes we would wear suits, sometimes we wear like bus clothes and stuff like that. But so last year in the bubble it was just kind of like you know, it'd be weird because if we were at home, we'd be having like a nap, but like the scratch guys would be like on the ice. So we'd be like hearing like pucks being shot and stuff like that, and the lights would still be on. So it was weird. But this year, just my game day routine is you know, we usually have pregame skate. If we are playing at home, we usually have pregame skate in the morning, and then after, just usually have like an ice bath or something like that, or get my legs going or something like that. And then I watched a little bit of video, just kind of about like the recent game I played, and just kind of critique things about myself. And then I'm a big napper. I like to nap.
Big
Uh,
time.
yeah, I am a big time napper. So I like to nap after and then eat pregame around 2:30 ish, 2:15. And then just kind of relax and then have a shower around 4 and then leave to the rink for 4:30. And then I stop at Tim's. Stop at
What's your
Tim's, get a
order at
coffee.
Tim's? Got to go over that.
Yeah. So at the start of the year, I'm not a big coffee guy at all. I I
Nice.
I
Okay.
I, I don't like coffee. But then at the start of the year, my D partner, his name's Christopher Setoff. He's like where is he? Like you gotta get an iced coffee. Like you gotta try it and everything. So because we were playing at 2. We were playing at 2 one day. So like the night before, he's like, "Okay, get an iced coffee. Like get going for like a 2 o'clock game." And I
It's
was like,
gonna dial
"Okay."
you in.
Yeah. So I was like, "Okay, like I'll try one," because I've never liked coffee. So I tried one and it was just terrible. I hated it. And then he's like, "Okay, go back and get like some cream and sugar in it." So I was like, okay, like I don't really know what that is. So then I went back, the next time we had a game day, and I was like, hey, like, could I get a medium iced coffee with like what's like some cream and sugar? Like what do I put in? Like I'm not really like I'm kind of new to this, and they're like, oh, like try 2 cream, 2 sugar, and I liked it. So then I guess it's like called a double double. So I
Yeah,
always like, yeah,
basically.
can I get an iced coffee double double? So I feel like a pro now. So yeah, I get iced coffee with 2 cream, 2 sugar, and then I get a fruit explosion muffin. I'm a big fruit explosion muffin type of guy. So I just eat that, go around the rink, and then yeah. So now I actually kind of like iced coffee now. So I kind of get it on like the daily. So
That's big. That's massive. It's
yeah,
always good with that muffin there. Good pregame snack.
yeah, yeah,
Not the Nutri-Grain bars, not like a banana or anything. Got to go with the muffin, right?
yeah, yeah.
On your elite prospects page, you're kind of listed at 6'2", so I don't know if that's accurate or not. But how have you used your size to your advantage this season?
Yeah. I feel like just being a bigger guy, you obviously have that presence on the ice. I just at the start of the season, I learned how to use my body. Last season I was really new to, the big physical game. I'm still working on that physical game part of my game. So I feel like, just using my body in the corners and using it to my advantage, get in front of guys, getting pucks first. And then also just like in front of the net, like tying up sticks, just trying to use my big body to my advantage. So yeah.
If you were to take a shootout move or a shootout shot, what is your go-to move?
Shootout move. I mean, in practice we do shootouts, and I mess around and I try like these crazy this crazy like pick it up, hit it out of midair. But if I'm in a real game and I'm doing a shootout, I go in on like the right side, and like I seen this from actually like McKinnon. I think McKinnon did it. Like going to like the right side, and I just like stick on a bunch, like try to get like the goalie to bite, and then if he like goes down, then I like flip my backhand, or like
Yeah,
if
yeah,
he
yeah.
like or he was like not going down, then I'll like try to like go 5-hole or something. I actually seen like McCarr do it that one night. He like kind of came in and just kind of went 5-hole type
I
of thing.
think Giroux's shootout move, where he just kind of skates down the middle and claps it, I think that's amazing. Like, I think it
Yeah.
completely throws off the psyche of the goalie.
Yeah. I seen this one shootout. It's his name. He plays in Columbus, Texia, I think his name is.
Yes, Texier the poker, where he kind of just
Yeah.
like with one stick just like pokes the puck in. That's
Yeah,
wild. It's wild.
I was like, what? Like, I've never seen that before. It's
I've never
crazy.
seen it before either. Like I was shocked. I was like, how did
Crazy.
this guy score that?
Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, oh my, what? Like, yeah.
If you were to play another sport, what would it be?
Golf. I'm huge golfer. Yeah, in the summers, me and my buddy, we play doubles. So it'll be like or we play match play. So like we'll put like $5 on the line or something like just something like
So
that.
Michael
Just
Jordan gambling?
yeah. we'll put like we'll put like a hot dog on the line, or like $5, like something like that, just something cheap, and we'll play like match play, and it gets pretty competitive. So yeah, I'm a big golfer. So
I'm not sure if you've traveled to all the WHL arenas. I should have asked this earlier, but what has been your favorite arena to travel to?
yeah, I mean, obviously Calgary and Edmonton, the 2 NHL ranks is pretty unbelievable to play in. But besides that, I really like playing in Medhat. But I feel like the one time we've been to Regina once this year, and I really liked it. The fans, they have really good fans in Regina. I don't know, I just kind of like the feel, and I kind of like, some lighting in certain ranks are kind of different from others, and I don't know, I like Regina, and it was bumping in there that night. So yeah.
Well, as we're closing up this interview here, do you have any advice for younger hockey players?
Yeah. I think just the biggest thing, when I was young, I really looked into just like rankings and stuff like that, and lists and whatever. But if I had to give some advice, I'd say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And that really is true, because, every day, you know, every day you're trying to just get 1% better. And just kind of work on your game. One game isn't gonna describe you as a player, type of thing. So if you do have a bad game, it's not gonna, you know, make you that player forever. It's just one bad game. Everyone's not gonna have good games. But yeah, I'd say it's just you know, take it day by day. it's not a sprint. Hockey's a long career you can have. But yeah, so I think it's just, you got to take it day by day, and you got to take baby steps, and just, try to work on your game and try to just get 1% better every day.
Well, I'd like to thank again Jace Weir for joining me on today's podcast. Thank you again, Jace.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me.